Let's talk about the wounds we carry from our mother and father and how it's still affecting our life today. How do you know if you carry a parental wound? If your parents were absent, abusive, they neglected you, they over-criticized you, they compared you with others, then there is a high chance you do. Why is this so important to heal? Because these wounds shape the way we see ourselves and the way we see the world. They affect our self-worth, our relationships, and the way we attach to others. You already know that my parents got divorced when I was 3. And from the age of 3, I was raised by my mom and a stepfather. So my stepfather stepped into his father role very seriously, and he did his best to show us love and protection in the way that he knew the best. I didn't grow up in a rich family, so the focus was always on survival. My parents were always stressed to make money so that me and my sister could go to school, to have what to eat or clothes to dress. So I could say that they sacrificed their entire life for this. So what I remember the most from the childhood home is that there was always stress, yelling, frustration, tension, and verbal abuse. On their side, explosion. On our side, silence, because we were never allowed to express our anger, our sadness, our frustration. The education, as they call it, was based on fear. The father gives the orders and the woman obeys. So the general atmosphere in the house was not one of safety, but of fear. I was afraid to express myself, to break the rules, to do mistakes, because I knew that punishment will follow in case I do that. So what kind of punishment? Sometimes physical abuse, verbal abuse, not being allowed to go outside to play with the kids or to watch TV, or I was supposed to stay for a couple of hours on my knees. All kind of stuff. They were trying to push us to be better, but it felt more like I am not enough, no matter what I do. Everything was judged, everything was compared. I wasn't allowed to make my own choices, to speak my truth, to do most of the things that the kids were doing on my age, and that made me feel very, very frustrated. I could say I was a child raised from fear and love that felt conditional. How did all of this impact me? I learned that being myself, it's not safe, that if I speak my truth, I will be either punished or rejected. So I became a people pleaser, no boundaries at all. My nervous system often shuts down. I get disconnected from my body. I'm going into a freeze mode, numbing. I became a perfectionist, always criticizing my body and my work, always the critic voice in my head saying that I'm not good enough. Also, I find it very difficult to forgive myself in case I do a mistake, because I think I do it as a punishment, so that I always remember not to do the mistake again. Well, it's what I've learned. Then it came a period when I started to go to rave parties for about 5 years. I was becoming the black sheep, the black sheep of the family, living my childhood, doing everything that I was not allowed to do. So I did struggle with addictions. Addictions of all kind. You see, it doesn't matter if it's a substance, if it's alcohol, if it's cigarettes, if it's addiction to people, addiction to sex, pornography, gambling, whatever. They're all the same, and there is always a reason behind. So if you're still wondering why you are addicted to something, find the reason behind, because most probably there is a wounded part inside you that if felt neglected, rejected, not enough, not loved. And you will be able to leave everything behind once you start to heal. This I can guarantee. I struggled with low self-esteem. I said no boundaries, no self-love. I was afraid to trust myself or others. I believed I had to be the good girl to be worthy of love. And this led me into relationships with emotionally unavailable partners, also abusive, narcissistic, and what is sad is that I considered this is normal, because it is what I saw on my grandma, what I saw on my mom's house, and actually in Romania it happens in almost every house. Verbal and physical abuse, it's considered to be normal. Well, I obeyed for a while until I said enough. I am not my grandma, I am not my mom, I don't want to live this kind of life. So if I don't find a partner that is gonna respect me, then I'm better alone. And I would say this was the beginning of my healing journey, but it started very, very slow. Took me many years. I went to therapy and I've read tons of books to understand why I struggle with addictions, why I am so closed, why I attract the same partners. And this process was a long one, more than 5 years, I think. I also had ayahuasca ceremonies. You already know about it. I practice two kind of breath work daily. One is for trauma release, and one is from grounding, so that I can stay calm and connect with my body and with my heart. What else I did for healing? I have to remind myself every day that I am safe, I am enough, it's safe to be myself, and that I deserve love, and that I am love actually. We all are. I still struggle to set boundaries, but I started to do it, and I have to say that it didn't feel so comfortable. I'm still afraid that I will be rejected by the others if I do it. Okay, yeah. What else helped me was writing a letter, a letter for both of them, where I put down all my anger, all the pain, and I wrote there how I felt, how I wished them to be, how I asked them for forgiveness for not understanding on that time, and I did forgave them, and I believe that, as you already know if you've watched my other videos, that forgiveness is very important. I used to hate my father, and I didn't miss the opportunity to tell him this in the face. And now when I look back, I feel bad I did it, because I was a child back then, and I understand now that they wanted the best for us. They wanted to protect us. That's why they did not allow us to do certain things. And also I understood that they are carrying their own traumas, and they act from that wounded part. They were also abused, neglected. Nobody told them how to heal those wounds. I think they did the best they could, and I learned now to have compassion for them, because I do know that they love us. Well, I don't know who I would be today if they were different, but I choose to be grateful. Grateful for what they gave me, grateful that they did their best, and now it's up to me to take what I've felt and to turn it into love. A proof that I am healing. Well, imagine that my family used to bully me, saying that I am mute because when I was not approached with compassion and softness, I told you I was getting numb, and my throat chakra just got blocking, and I couldn't speak. So here I am today, speaking on 3 channels that I have, helping others to heal, inspiring them with my story. Yes, you are not who you've been programmed to think you are. And as you will heal more from those wounds, you will reborn. You will see there is another you that is waiting to be discovered. I hope that my story helps, and I would love to connect with you and also to hear if you also have those wounds and how impacted your life and what helped you heal. Thanks for watching.